Hello, and thank you for being a participant in our study on measuring the Poisson's ratio of the fingertip. So what is Poisson's ratio? Poisson's ratio is defined as the ratio of the lateral strain to the axial strain of a material. So strain is also defined as the change in length in one dimension compared to the initial length of that dimension. So for example, the initial length of my fingertip for my pointer finger would be something like that. And then when force is applied, you would measure that final length, and that would be your final length. So final minus the initial over initial gives you strain. Then the strain in the lateral dimensions. So these dimensions, when compared to the strain in the axial dimension, which would be this, will give you Poisson's ratio for our purposes. So the way that this testing procedure will work is that you'll take mustard like so, and graph paper, which is 1 centimeter for each line, and place it down on a table. So to find the X and Y components of your second finger for that strain, you're first going to want to apply mustard thoroughly along your finger, like so. I have a paper towel over here just to wipe it off. So then what you're going to want to do is place it down gently, like so. Well, it's hard to do it while holding the camera. But that's going to give you an estimate of the X and Y components for the first one without any pressure. And then you're going to do that again while pressing as hard as you can into the table. Now, those left 2 marks, and then you will trace that with a pen, like so. So then you can measure the Y components and then the X components of the initial and final. So after that, you're likely not going to have enough mustard on your finger, so you're going to want to apply mustard on your finger again. And do the same thing for the Z component. The Z component should be done like so. So you place your finger down like this. That's a Z component, and then you're going to want to press into your finger with your thumb to give the compression. Oop, a little hard on this table. Like so. Maybe not there. Maybe here. And you can use that as a measurement. It separates right there to find the final length in the Z direction. After that, you can take your measurements and you can perform your calculations to find Poisson's ratio for every single finger if you follow a similar process. Thank you for your participation again.